Okay, so we're going to dig into a tune called Hallelujah. Many of you have heard it. It's a lovely song by Leonard Cohen, and I'm going to break this tune down into two different styles of playing. Either one you can choose to do around the campfire. One is in a strumming motion, and the other will be picking the individual strings, much like a harp. So this is referred to as arpeggio playing. Very nice way to play. Let's get into that, and I'll see you on the flip side. Okay, good to see you back. Ready to go. Let's go over the chords first that we need for this tune. Most of them are very straightforward. There is an F, I warn you. F is troublesome for a lot of people, which is a perfect reason why we should be playing songs with F, because you need lots of practice with them. We all do. We don't get into the habit of avoiding songs because they have F in them. It's a bad habit that students get into. Okay, so the chords that we need, very straightforward. We need a C. We need an A minor. Sorry. And we need, what else? F, and G, and an E major chord. Only occurs once generally throughout the form of the song. Now the curious thing about this piece is that it's in a form called, or a time signature called 6/8. 6 beats per measure, 8th note gets the beat. Easiest way to think about this is just counting to 6 over and over and over and emphasizing the first count and the fourth count of the 6 that you're counting. So it would be much like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it feels, when you do it, although you're counting in sixes, it feels like you've got this pulsing of 1, 2 going on. Okay, so that's a good way to feel the 6/8 time signature, is that although we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, what we really feel when we're playing is the 1, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. It has a 2 feel, as we could say. So it's in 6/8, a very lively sort of feel to it, although it's being played in a very subdued manner in this piece. I say lively because 6/8's often used in like Celtic jigs and things like that, very high energy pieces. So we'll think of this as a slow 6/8. So here's how we're going to handle the chords. When it comes to the strumming of the chords, you can play them in any form that you feel comfortable with. But when we go to play them individually, the tablature that I've scripted out for you is very specific, and you have to hit certain strings at certain times, and it has to be, according to the script that I give you, it has to be that way. You are free to alter it however you feel sounds good, if you feel comfortable doing that. But anyway, so let's get into the chords and see what's cooking here. Here's the intro, very straightforward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I'm thinking in my mind is this, if it helps when you're playing it. I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can hear that on the 1 and the 4, I'm sort of pushing all the way through the string field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in between, I'm just hitting the strings very lightly. Not all of them, just a small portion of them on the bassy side. You could go in the middle, you know, You have to experiment with these things and get a feel for what sounds good for you. So that's the intro section. Now I'm just going to play through the main body, and I'll kind of hum my way through it a little bit too, so you have a sense of where you are. I don't know all the words to the song. As many of you know, I don't listen to lyrics very much. I listen to the musical side of things. The words, of course, have meaning, so we have to tie in. And this piece is beautiful in its meaning. I just don't have them memorized. So, okay, here we go. I'm going to start playing right from the point where the singing starts. So I'm not doing the intro right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. La da 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 la da 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 la da 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 da. And then the whole thing will start again, and you're in a new verse, and away you go. That's the strumming side of it. That's one possibility that I'm suggesting that you use for this. I could have done something like that. Still in 6/8, by the way. Nothing's changed, but we have to talk a bit more about what the possibilities are in there. So for now, down, 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 down. Just like that, all downstrokes, emphasizing 1 and 4. Cool. All right, let's leave that, and we'll move on to the arpeggio way of playing the piece. See you in a bit. Okay, here we are, back at it. Stretch my legs, ready to go. So the arpeggiation... The arpeggiation of something is simply, or of a chord, sorry, is to grab a chord and to basically play the notes or the strings of that chord, as far as the guitar is concerned, one after the other in some reasonably prescribed sequence. So... Does that make sense? Do you still hear the 6/8 going on? Whoops, I made a boo-boo there. You can hear the 6/8 still. I'll count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's still there. Nothing's changed. What is changed, of course, is that this hand is no longer doing big swinging motions, but rather little very precise motions like this. So you do have to learn to find those strings and hit them on time very precisely. But the good news is it doesn't take you that long to actually get it. As long as your chords on this side are feeling relatively good, you won't have much trouble finding the stuff over here. Okay, that's... So one of the things that is interesting about doing the arpeggio playing, or the arpeggiation of a chord, is getting used to the particular picking pattern that we're going to do. So there's two issues we need to think about. One is, what is the sequence of strings we're going to hit in some repeating pattern, for the most part, and what is the picking direction required to do it in. So there's a little bit more to know about. All right, so in this particular piece, I'm going to have you go down, 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 up, up, up. That's pretty straightforward. Down, 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 up, up, up. And we're going to do that pretty consistently on certain strings. The top 3 strings of your guitar are going to always be played, except for one very small measure. They're always going to be played, so you can rely on that. The bass strings are going to change according to the chord that we're on. Let me give you an example. Here's as we move in the intro from the C to the A minor, I'm going to be hitting the 5th string first, then I'm going to move to the 3rd string, 2nd string, and 1st string. Okay, so that's the sequence at the beginning. And the picking direction for that is down, 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 up. And then if that last upstroke allows me to continue on the other strings in the same direction. So I'd go, I'm going to name the strings first. 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's a pattern on the C chord. And the picking direction was down, 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 up, up, up. Then I'll flip over to A minor. And because A minor is also a 5-string chord, I'm going to play exactly the same sequence of strings. 5, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. And the picking direction doesn't change. 5. When you put that all together, you get this sound. If you can see my hand, up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, up. So I'm assuming on your chording hand you're good to go there. I'm not focusing my efforts here, it's over here. Okay? Let's pretend for a moment I'm leaving the A minor chord and I'm just about to play F. So I go and form it. There it is. Now F is typically a 4-string chord. So that means that the pick has to hit the 4th string or the lowest note of that chord and then carry on with the upper strings as usual. You can see it again. Down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, up, up. That's still going on. Okay? When you go to G, you'd hit the lowest string for now, and then skip everything and go and grab the upper 3 strings. That's a wee bit out. There it is. So that's a bit tricky because you have to leap over 2 strings to get from the 5th string to the 3rd string. But hey, that's why you're here, right? So the principle here is to let you know that almost 99% of this piece, the way I've transcribed it out, you're always going to be hitting the top 3 strings, so you can rely on getting to those. The bass strings are going to change dependent on the chord that you're on. Okay? The measures on these, on your piece, are listed out at the front of each line. You'll see a small number there, and that's just to let you know, to reference what measure you're in. And in measure 14, there is a small variation to what I just talked about, where 2 chords are being played in that measure, F moving to G. Because you're counting in 6/8, the F will carry the first 3 counts, 1, 2, 3, and then G will carry the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. The difference is at that very small moment, I'm no longer hitting the top 3 strings. The tablature will be clear on this for you. I'm actually going 4, 3, 1 on the F chord, and then on the G chord I'm going 6, 3, 6, 3, 2. So 4, 4, 3, 2. I may not have said that right the first time. The strings I'm hitting are 4, 3, 2, 6, 3, 2. 4, 3, 2, 6, 3, 2. Other than that, everything is as I just detailed out. So let me play it for you. I'm going to do, again, I'm going to do the intro first, just to give you a sense, and you can watch the picking hand here. And then I'll stop, and then we'll go into the body of the piece and hum my way through again. So here's the intro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Then the singing starts. Da, 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 da. And then the whole thing will start again. I know I'm not the best of singers, but you get the idea. Okay? Very beautiful way to play. Walk through the tablature and take your time with it. The chord forms are not going to change compared to your strumming version of it. But what strings you hit do change. And so here's an important point just before I leave you. Let's say, for example, you're on the G chord in this song. And you're looking at the tablature, and the tablature tells you to hit string 6, followed by the 3rd string, followed by the 2nd string. You're holding the chord, and you're just hitting those particular strings. If you pay enough attention to what you're doing, you'll realize that the 2nd finger, or the 1st finger, and the 3rd finger of your G chord, you're not even touching those strings. There's your G chord. It's just one finger. That's it. Whoops. It's just one finger. Now, you're free just to grab that as that, but a lot of people don't. They'll see the G written on the sheet, and they will grab it according to the way they've taught themselves, and then they'll just hit the strings that they need to hit. It's not a bad thing to do, because on occasion you might hit the wrong string, but it'll still sound okay because it's still part of the chord. So be aware of that. When you arpeggiate things, you're not always hitting every string that has a finger on it in the chord as formed. And so over time you might decide that, you know, why put fingers down on strings when I'm not using them? That's legitimate. You can not do that if you choose to do it. Probably for this exercise it's worthwhile just to go ahead and keep making keep making the chords the way you're used to doing, and then just follow the tab as you go. So again, a bit of a summary. Pieces in 6/8, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're strumming it, you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All downstrokes for now. Why not? It sounds fine. If you are arpeggiating it, you're still counting the same way. You're just getting a little more specific about what you're going to be hitting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So I hope you have some fun getting through that piece. When I see you next time, we'll go through it and make any corrections if need be. I'm sure it's going to be fine. but looking forward to hearing you play it. So, that's Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. This is Steve Dempster, Dempster Guitar Studio. Peace out until next time. Cheers.